Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back to my cross stitch conversion. So this is Dragon Race into the Night, which is this picture. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you might also want to check out the playlist of this huge project that I've been doing for a couple of years now. And I'm not very far, but yeah, if this makes no sense to you, then you might want to check out that. If this is not your first time though, welcome back. And yeah, I'm getting back to the cross stitch conversion. This is all, I've not worked on it since February, and yeah, it is, what's the date today? Friday the 28th of March 2025. So yeah, my mission is right now is to just keep this ticking over so that I don't fall any further behind on my ridiculous projected finish date, which was something like 2078 at my current speed. Now I only have to do 600 a month. I'm going to aim to do 800. It won't be all in this video. I know it now. I'm too slow. Shall we get started? Oh, what's wrong with my Patternkeeper? Right, okay. Patternkeeper fixed. It was having a moment. So yeah, I can relate. Let's get started. So the tray I'm using today is just a Diamond Art Club one, just one of their little ones, and I quite like these trays though, so that's why they're always laying around. I have one of these little zesty trash trays that I got from Add More Zest. I love these for my little trash. I have a pair of tweezers, these angle node tweezers. These are actually the tweezers that come in the Diamond Art Studio kits. I love these. These are my favourite tweezers. And the other pair that I had, I'm having to get rid of them because they're starting to ping. And I'm reminded how much they are by how pointy these are. And the other ones were no longer pointy. So yeah, that's probably why it's pinging. I've got a regular diamond painting pen here. It's got a straightener on one end. That's mainly why it's here. I do have a multi-placer. I don't really use multi-placers very often. But it's there. You never know when I might want. It's only a 4 multi-placer if I ever do. But yeah, I'm not. I usually place with tweezers. And I've just got a. So this pen came from Amazon. I'm not sure if it even still exists. This one came from AliExpress, which was super cheap because that's basically me. And I've just got this here because sometimes when you're working with tweezers, if you have like one little hole in the middle and drills all around it, then sometimes it can be hard to place that single drill in that hole with tweezers because the prongs have got nowhere to go. So sometimes I use just a single placer to help it all in. Right, enough talking. So let's just get started, shall we? That would be a good idea. So I'm going to let's put my trash pot over there because I am right-handed, and let's pick a drill. So how are you all? I hope you are well. Oh, that's okay. So just to explain what I do here is I always do the colours that there's less of first, and that way at the end I'm not struggling to figure out numbers on the grid for positions when I've got like 20 or 30 drills to place. It's just like, yeah, I just fill in the gaps. Right, 3743, 3743. Yeah, how are you all? Hope you're well. Hope everything is going okay with you. And if it's not going okay with you, honestly, I hope that it improves for you soon. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and then 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Sorry, the first few drills that go down, they always have to be extra special, careful, and I still usually muck it up. So it's like, even when I'm trying not to muck it up, actively paying attention, I do still manage to muck it up. Now I suspect this here is going to be part of its wing. So I think that from about here we've got some colours. So I do have more AB drills that are not included. When I kitted up this kit, it was like 2.5 years ago, I had a few AB drills. I've obviously through the years. Let's do this one. 3771. 3771. Where are you? Oh, it's bright orange. Actually, it's not bright orange. Just it was making it look. It's more of a tangerine. And I can't remember what I was saying. I've gathered. That was it. I was gathered in AB drills. No. See, I nearly messed that up already. It's going to go in the second square. But obviously I've kitted up in these little pill pots, which means I can't just go, oh, I'll add in some ABs there so that I remember I have them, as memory is the main boss of this kind of project for me. I'm so forgetful and not paying attention. In fact, talking of that, I'm gonna just tick off some of these ones that I've placed. But yeah, if I see the opportunity, I've got a couple of pinks. Oh, I've got a pink and a couple of lilacs, I should say. And I think there's a good chance that there might be some purples or pinks or that in there. And if there is, I'm going to look to see if I can sub in an AB. And if there isn't, then it doesn't matter. Oop, that was my finger on the sticky. At least we know the double-sided adhesive is still sticky. Sorry, I had a little tickle there. Hopefully I'll remember to edit that out, otherwise nobody needs to hear like someone clearing their throat down the microphone. Certainly not as loudly as I do, because I'm an animal. But I've lost my train of thought though from that. But yeah, hopefully. Oh yeah, I think I was saying if I can get ABs in, it'd be great, and if not, it doesn't matter. Because this painting is so big that there's plenty of opportunities to put in some sparkle here and there. Doesn't have to be blinged out. Is that all right? No, that's got. I don't know. No, I don't think that. I don't know what it is about it, but my gut says that drill was iffy, like the corner or the bottom or something. But it wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't happy. And if I'm not happy, then I'm not going to use it. Because that's how I roll. I know. But yeah, like this painting is so big. There's going to be so many millions of opportunities for ABs. I don't need to put it in every single thing. Because then it kind of loses its effect as well. Like part of the strength of ABs is it helps little bits stand out and makes it feel special. 1, 2, 1, 2. That goes there. But we'll see what it's like. If there's a lot of confetti, then I won't get that much done. I'll probably only get like 300 or 400 drills done, sort of thing, if that. But if there's a relatively, I mean, this whole painting is confetti, so obviously I'm talking relatively. But if there's an okayish amount of colours, 372. Let's do this. 372. Then if there's no, oops, I nearly left one behind now. What was it? What was that colour? I can't remember. Let me go back. 3771. Why didn't tell me I'd left one in the tray? 3771. I mean, probably because you couldn't even see the tray. I mean, it's a really awkward position at the moment. It's because this is a bit more in the middle of the painting, so it's curving over the edge of the table, which I never like to do, especially as it's double-sided sticky, which is really sticky, but also quite unforgiving. Like it's either on or it's not. It doesn't. Yeah. So I don't want to. I know what I'm like. Do you know what? I've pulled that out and I can't remember what symbol it was to select again. So I might have to pour it back. I'll come back to that later. 372. I hope that was, yeah, it was 372. Right, let's just pick another symbol. That 224. Let's do that. 224. God, I'm a mess today. An absolute mess. But yeah, because it's in the middle of the table, I'm so paranoid about leaning against the table as it's going over the edge, because then it would put a really quite sharp crease in it, and that would not make me happy. In fact, I would go as far as say that would make me very annoyed, to the point that I'd have to bleep myself if I realised on camera. There would be words. We do not want words. I have an image to maintain. That I'm a really nice, lovely, mild-mannered English lady. That's got a tab on. Get rid of that. And yes, I definitely do not say bad words. Get that there. I must count. Do not mess this up. I'll probably mess it up, but you know, the less I mess it up, then the more I can do, get done. I mean, the nice thing about well, no, not the nice thing, is because it's the weekend, the plan is whatever I can't get done on video, I will finish like over the weekend. Though not tomorrow. I'm going out tomorrow. I have a life. It's rare that I have a life, but I have a life. I mentioned this, if you've seen my kitting up video that I just did for my purple showers project. This pot's very full. It's an excellent way to happen. So we're going to be gentle. There we go. And I mentioned in the kitting up video that I'm going to see something called what's it called? What is it called? Distant Worlds is what it's called. The name of the concert. It's because I play Final Fantasy 14. So I want something that's not got a lot of colours in, so I can do the small ones. What's that? That's not too bad. 553. And it's like an orchestral concert, not a pop concert. Not a pop concert. But it's of the game music for Final Fantasy 14, which I do play. I am an avid Final Fantasy 14 player. And also Final Fantasy 16, which is a single person Final Fantasy game. Obviously Final Fantasy is a huge franchise with a lot of history. So a lot of people do know, even if they don't play Final Fantasy 14, a lot of people have played various Final Fantasy 14 Final Fantasy games. Ironically, I've not played. The only one I've played is 14 and 16, which is made by the same developer, the same team on Final Fantasy. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know if any of you have played any of the Final Fantasy games. I know there's times where I've mentioned it, and there seems to be a lot of fondness for the older games. Like, I think because a lot of people play them in their childhood, and there's a lot of fond memories there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me know if you've played Final Fantasy. Which version? Do you recommend it? Because a lot of them, they're remaking them as well. They're you know how they, a bit like how Disney are remaking all their old movies into live actions, which I have thoughts on that, and they're not positive. Because there's times where you think, yeah, you want something updated, and there's times where you think you're just doing that to nickel and dime me. Not fan. 3733. No prizes for guessing which one I think Disney do. But with computer games, obviously the computers, the consoles, and everything that they play on become defunct. So like there are lots of games out there that are really good, but you can't play them anymore because they've not been remastered, I think they call it, for modern consoles. But they are doing quite a few Final Fantasy games now that they've remastered so that you can play them on, PC or I think there's something on that. I felt like a crunch. I can't see anything. But yeah, so they're remastering a lot of them so you can play them on PC and I think PS5 they're doing it on. But yeah, so maybe I should try one of the older Final Fantasy ones, see what the story is. But anyway, I digress. I didn't mean to talk about gaming because I know a lot of people don't. I have no interest in gaming. They don't want to hear me waffle on about a game they have never even heard of, let alone be interested in. but the game music is really good. It's really, really nice scores. I tell you, the gaming is almost like behind movies now, with the effort they make with the, you know, the cinematography, with the, you know, the right 833, not 8. Don't get me eights mixed up. Right, 833. Where is it? With the efforts they make with, you know, how the story is presented and the effort with the writing. I've said it before that the game Final Fantasy 14, that game has made me cry because I've been so invested in what's been happening to the characters. It's like watching a giant sort of, not a soap opera, but like, you know, you get so many big seasonal storylines these days, especially with streaming, and you get things that run for like 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons. It's like that. So you really know the characters, and it creeps up on you until something happens, and then you're like, I care about that character and something's happened to them. And it's not always bad, but sometimes, like, you know, there's a lot of good storytelling in it anyway. So the music is one of those things, and the composer of the Final Fantasy 14 and 16 music, the lead composer, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is you know, he's done it for both games, and he knocks out some spectacular music. So I'm going for a concert with a friend, a gaming friend. She's coming up from the West Country, which is like I don't know. Well, I say it should be like 2 hours away. I think she has to change trains because we have a funny train system in the UK where not everything is a direct line. So it'll probably take her a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. 603. Who's still 603? I've got all my drills laid out around me. Oh, do that. And yeah, so she's coming up on the train tonight, and staying near the venue, which is, even though it's in London, is like literally on the other side of town for me. So like it would take me an hour to get there. It's ridiculous. London is crazy. And so I'm meeting her for lunch tomorrow. We're going to go to a museum and be very grown up. And then we'll probably have some noms, some food for dinner, because I don't want to rumbly tumbly halfway through the concert, because, you know, not like you can just get up. Well, you could just get up and leave, but a bit of a waste of your money. So we'll go for dinner before it starts, and then we'll watch the concert, and then we'll be like all happy, because it'll bring up the music is so closely tied in with big story moments that you know, we'll probably be like, oh yeah, so good, that was when this blah blah happened. So yeah, wow, I did not mean to go sorry, I've gone on a right tangent there. I think all I was saying, I was only talking about how I started off saying how I was going to start the 800 drills and finish it at the weekend, and it turned into a whole big story about what I'm going to do of a thing that you don't actually care about. All right, 3072, 3072. Where art thou? 3072. Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's now you know what I'm doing tomorrow. My other half is like perfectly happy with that, and it's just like, you know, get the day to himself. I won't be nagging him to do any chores because he won't have to do any. You know, we're doing our big declutter, and we usually do that on a Saturday morning, and so obviously he's let off chores because I'm not doing that just before I'm about to go out. It's just like, yeah. So, and also, though this is quite exciting for us. I mean, it's more exciting for him, other half, than it is for me, because I don't really drive in London. Well, I don't really drive anymore. I do know how to drive. I do have a license, but I just don't. There's no call for it anymore. Like, we don't go many places that require a car. So the other half mainly uses it just to go to work, because he has to go to work at the crack of dawn, and there isn't really any public transport we can take. And but he's getting a new car. We are getting a new car. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going up to pay for that on Saturday as well. Going to the dealership to pay for it, and then he's arranged what's going to happen is a couple of days later. What they're going to do is when he's at work, because he has to drive to work. So what they're going to do is they're going to come to where he works and deliver the car, like where he's working. So he'll go to work in one car and come home in another. But he's very excited because we haven't had a new car. I mean, this car it's been a little trooper, right? 729. It really has. It was a good deal that we got. It was quite an old car that we bought, and it's more than a decade. I think it must be like 12 or 13 years now. Right. It wasn't a brand new car, I don't think. It was relatively old, but it was one of these ones like it had like no mileage on it. Like it wasn't brand new car, but it was a couple of years old. And you know, cars drop in value really quite quickly. They don't hold value at all beyond like the first year. Then they start to plummet unless you've got like a classic car. And anyway, it was like I don't know, 3 or 4 years old, and it was one of these ones that was like one careful owner type thing that had it had really low mileage, and had been looked after. So even though it was like it wasn't a new car, it was almost like a new car. Right, let me go. Which colour do I want to do next? Let's do that one. 3688. 3688. And so we've got it was a Peugeot, and yeah, she's like I say, which I'm pretty sure we've had her like 12 years or something now, and it's only now she's starting to reach that age where, you know, it goes in for the MOT, and there was problems, and it's starting to usually she does well, but now she's developed a little something that, like, oops, I forgot to change the symbol. She's developed a little something that is like the forewarning. So she still works, she still drives, but it's the forewarning that when it goes, it is not worth the repairs for a car that's old. So unfortunately, she's going to be going to I don't know if she'd actually be scrapped, probably, because yeah, it'd be quite sad, you know. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what have I done? Is this right? One here, but she's been a little trooper. She really has. Right, that is not meant to be there. What that is meant to be is there. So I've done that, yeah. So that's those two. Okay, we're right. Nearly went wrong. So it is a bit of an end of the era for like this car that just she's like the Duracell bunny. She just kept going and going and going, and we're like, we'll get a new car when she starts to go, and she just never broke down or anything. It was amazing. But until now, and now she's just finally have to admit that she's got too old for it. So we're gonna get a Skoda. It's just like, how's that for? Like, if you're in the UK and, you know, you're old enough to remember, like, Skodas now are quite respectable cars. They're nice. They're sort of, yeah, you know, your standard safe bet. It's not very exciting, but it's steady and does the job. But they're a joke car, probably still. Have I done that right? Yes, 3. No. That is supposed to be here. We'll push that across. But back in the, I don't know, back in the 80s, I guess, 80s or 90s, I can't really remember, when I was much younger, they used to be a real joke car because they're Czech. Okay, I've done something else wrong. This is not lining up. Right, which one's wrong? I've done something wrong. Right, oh, here we go. Here we go, right. This is all wrong. I've counted wrong for reasons I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, that is correct. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, okay, so what that should do is all be down here, and then go down a row. And then that means, because that's moved, let me just make sure. 1, 2, 1, yes. Yes. So this has all got to move down and over 1. Oh. See, it takes 1 drill to be off, and then you start counting off the wrong drill, and everything else around it gets pushed off. So that goes there, and that's there. Does that all make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we're good. I think we fixed it. It was a minor issue. We figured it out. Okay, but yeah, so back in my youth, they were a Czech car, and they was known for being cheap and but super cheap and a bit very basic. And there was a joke car. There was a joke car in that it was, you know, they was just so cheap. It was like there was probably a certain amount of snobbery about it as well. 3827, 3827, and about how it was a bit of a not a rust bucket, but it was a bit. I can't be bothered. You know, it was a joke car, and now it's like over the years, gradually. Let me sure I do this right. Gradually, like it's become more and more respected as a brand. So the kids of today, they have no idea of the history of a Skoda. But yeah, it's funny. It's just like a very sensible car. It's just like, but it'll do the job. So, and he's really pleased with this because this is a nearly new car. It's like a year old, this car. So it is nearly new, but it's a really good, again, it's got really low mileage because what it was a forecourt car. So where we're buying it from in the dealership, like for people who wanted to just, you know, test drive the model of car, or they wanted to take it to a show and show it somewhere, this is the car they use. So it's got a ridiculously low amount of mileage on it, 640. But because of that, and because prices drop really fast after a car is about a year old, it's like we're buying it again. It's like we're buying a new car, but not having to pay, you know, the new car price. So it's really good. It's heavily, and I think as well, as money is tight at the moment, they already, it was up for more, and they dropped the price because, you know, 2, 3, 4, get that there, because we live in times where people don't want to commit to spending money, and you know, you can't blame them. Every day you wake up to, and I'm almost scared to check the news about what madness will be unleashed next. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and people don't want to spend their money in case the crazy stuff gets even more crazy. There's not a lot of buying, consumer confidence, I guess is what I'm saying. Right, what should we do now? Let's do this one. Yes, that's only these 3. 832. So that's quite exciting, and I won't get to see it because I'm not home. Just like I'm going for the one time that I have something to actually do, and is the time where the new car is available for it needs to be paid for. So oh no, to be fair, he's not like he would bring it home, but he is nervous about it because he's a bit of a technophobe, my other half. Like, he'll play Candy Crush on his iPad, and or 4 Picks 1 Word is his other one. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. But his banking app terrifies him. So you know, obviously he's gonna pay the money to pay off the car, and there's no way the bank is not gonna flag this as like a suspicious payment. So I'm like, it's all right. You just go to your banking app, and it'll ask you if it's you that's spending the money, and you just have to press the button. Don't panic. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But he's getting, poor thing. He's getting a bit stressed about just thinking about it. 5:24. I'm like, I'm only a phone call away. If you need to ask, then you know, give me a call. Or call your bank if you're scared. If you're scared of the app, just ring them up. But he doesn't like ringing them up either, because, you know, when you ring the bank, you have to do all these sort of security checks. And he gets, it's like, it's just, bless him. He gets very intimidated by that sort of thing. Like, the more he thinks about it, the more stressed he gets about it. And worries that he'll do it wrong. And because he worries that he'd do it wrong, there's obviously he gets flustered. So then he might do it wrong. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like when you go to, you know, a cash point or an ATM or whatever you want to call it, and you put your PIN number in, and you just do it automatically. And then one day you just accidentally, casually press 2 buttons at once, and it messes up your PIN, and it tells you you've done it wrong. And that just sends me into a panic. Just like, because I'm like, did I remember it wrong, or did I just make a typo? And what happens if I do it wrong again, and it'll eat my card? And if it eats my card, I can't get any money out. And if I can't get any money out, well, how am I going to get, the bank isn't open? So I'm the same. I laugh at him, but I'm exactly the same. In that, like, you know, it's just like I'm stressing over something that hasn't. I just put your PIN in again. It'll be fine. But it's like, I panic. 738, and he panics about everything like that. So I should be grateful that I only panic about a few things. 738. There it is. Nice little peach. I'm doing lots of peach pastel colours in here, but I haven't yet seen any ABs I can switch in. Right, let's do this. Well, I'm feeling chatty today. Hope I'm not boring you all too much. I guess if I am, you've probably already switched off. I'm talking to myself. Doesn't matter. I'm used to talking to myself. If you are still here, give me a car emoji to show that you suffered through my wibbling. Vroom vroom. Right, tick that off. Do not mess it up. It's the trouble. A lot of these colours are all really similar. So sometimes I'm like, is that one I've put down, or is that one I've put in the wrong place? Right, and it's got a little black bit in it. Let's throw that out. A little speckle. Yes. Oh, I've ticked off 2. I'll have to do this other one next. Where was it? It was that one. Okay. Fat-fingered. When I'm not making mistakes on the canvas, putting it in the wrong place, I'm just doing some fat-fingered thing on the Patternkeeper instead. Right, no, do that. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Are we done? No, one more. Okay. twist it. Right, tick. Oh no, one more. I missed that. Oh, but later on I'll be going, oh, where is it? Right, it's there. Tick that off. Come on, tick. Right, now tick. Okay, now we're done. In there, after all these pots that at the time I was like, I filled them up, and I'm like, oh, that's so full. It's gonna be, I know I'm gonna regret that. I'm starting to be at the regret stage because all these pots are really full, and it's a struggle. Right, next. I tell you, it's been a busy old time since my last. What are we doing here? 3747. 3747. Since my last catch up on this painting, because I did country to country as well. I think I mentioned that, and I know I mentioned it in the last in not the whip and chat, in the kitting up video the other day. But I deliberately was like, don't talk about it, because I know how I repeat myself so much. That is not right. It should be peachy one, so it should be up here. There. No. There. Yes. Did I do a third one? I did not do a third one. In here. Yeah, so I did country to, like I was saying, I didn't mention country to country in the kitting up because, you know, that would be boring. I repeat myself enough as it is. Oh no, don't tip over my little trash caddy. So, yeah, I was like, okay, if I run out of things to talk about, then I'll cross that bridge then. As it happens, that kitting up was really quick because it's a low colour count by my standards, and also there was next to no static. Oh, it was like it was a thing of beauty. I think like one colour had some static, and I was just like, oh, that's what has become of our life these days for diamond painters. It's just like our happiness. The first step of happiness for a diamond painting is whether it's got static or not. But anyway, because it was only a quickie kitting up, I knew I could safely not talk about one thing so that I didn't have to repeat it now. So, oh, look. 3747. Where'd you go? 3747. I spilled some in my haste. Get in there. So it was all day. So it was on the Friday. If you don't know, Country to Country is a country and western music festival at the O2 Arena, which is like the old Millennium Dome, you know, the white building with the spiky points. And there was a James Bond movie opener set there. It was quite famous. Anyway, it's a music venue now and stuff. I mean, that's where I went as well at Christmas to watch Disney on Ice, because we got free tickets. And these were free tickets. It's one perk my other half gets from like work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that every now and again he gets tickets to go there because they've got a hospitality box there. And when they got no one to hospitality, and presumably when the bosses don't need to go, then the dregs get thrown out to the rest of the peons at work at the company. And they know my other half, he likes country music, so he's not into it, but like that's his radio of choice. If he's got to listen to music, which he does when he's at work, because you know a lot of people listen to music when they work, don't they? Especially if it's quite a physical job. Then he's always listening to country music stations, so they always give him tickets for this thing. He gets one day. It's on for 3 days. The Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So they always say, you know, which day do you want? And he always gets to go. And I always get to go because he gets to go. So who am I to complain? But yeah, so we went on the Friday this year. And I mean, I don't want to say I'm bored because it's not, that sounds too extreme. But like, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. It's a long day because you go in, the doors open at like I want to say 4 or 4:30, something like that. So we went there and we had some lunch and then had a little wander around the shops because it's a whole complex there. And it helped us walk off our lunch and things like that before we settled down. And yeah, so I think it opened at 4:30 and then the first act comes on at 5:15. And it's a whole series of acts. They've got acts on the main stage, and then when they're setting up the main stage for the next main act, they've got like a little mini stage further forward. So there's always something. An artist is always doing something, singing mostly because it's country and western. But you know, there's always something going on. There might be like a little 5-minute interlude for you to just like pop out, go to the loo, or refresh your drink. But there's usually always something on stage. So it doesn't finish. The headline act, who was somebody called Lainey, I want to say Wilson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. She was the headline act, and she didn't come on till 9:30. So she would have finished at about 11. So I was like, oh, it's going to be a long day. Anyway, as luck would have it, apparently the other half, he's not that, like I say, he's quite a casual. He likes his country, but he's also quite casual about it. And it wasn't actually her that he wanted to see. It was the support act, the main support act. Obviously, there's loads of support acts on. Why does everything keep sticking in this tray? I might need to get the old tumble dry sheet out. But he actually wanted to see like the sport act that was on just before her, and his name was, what was his name? Dylan Gossett, I think it was. It was Dylan something, and there was also before that. Oh, what was that called? Winchester. And there's a number, that's why I can't remember the number. And they was the act before that. So it was Winchester 50. Oh no, I don't want to forget. Oh, think again. So 52. I want to say 52 Winchester, which is like, apparently it's a cute little story. Cute. I'm not sure cute is the right word, but they the name of their band is based off of their old address. It's like, what do we call ourselves? It's just, I'll just call our, so just don't give it our address. Presumably they don't live there anymore because, like, they're really, really rich. But, so he wanted to see them, and also he wanted to see this Dylan Gossett, who was the act before, and it's just like, and he's just like, do you know what? We don't have to stay and watch the headline act. We did last year. That was, oh, what was his name? Do you know what? I can't remember. I mentioned it in last year's video. I'm so bad with names. So unless I've heard it like very recently. Kane? I see. I'm feeling like I'm saying Kanye, which is definitely not. He was some guy who's like, he was frowned upon by the country and western scene, and they wouldn't sign him. So he just would, you know, performed on the internet, and he was discovered then by the masses. The country and western scene kind of tried to push him out, you know, a bit like they do with Beyonce. Not saying that there's some sus people in the country and western power, but yeah, so they tried to shut the door on him because he was mixed race and very poor. And now he's just like one of these ones, it's like quadruple gold record. I think he's like the only person who's sold more country and western records is Dolly Parton. Like, that's the league he's in. So if you are into country and western, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. So that's who we watched last year, because he did want to see him. But this year, poor Laney, he did not care. And I'm like, I'm okay with that, because if you ever had to leave a concert or any sort of big venue where there's been an event on at the same time as everybody else, it's not a fun experience. So I was like, okay, let's go. We'll go home. And so it was really quiet, and we missed the crowds, and we got home really quick. We got home in like 45 minutes, which is probably close to half of the time it would have taken us to get home if we'd have had to leave with the masses. So I definitely was not grumbling. And he was happy. He had a good day. I mean, it was still a long day. Like I say, we went in, got our seats sometime around 4:30 or 4:45, and we didn't leave until I think about 9:15. So, you know, it was like 4 hours. Plenty of that's enough country music for me. I've nothing against it, but I was full up, and he was happy, so he was content, and everything was good. Tick that off. How long are we going? I'm not doing too bad time wise. Like, it feels like I'm getting a lot of drills down. Well, 168 the thing says. So I've not ticked off the ones I've just done here. So we're nearly at 200. Let's just tick, do that one, and I've not done that one. Let's do this one. So yeah, I don't usually do. It's like when you wait for a bus. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware of this analogy where you live, because I know America is more the land of cars and driving, but UK is much more like, especially if you live in the city. Like, there's this story, like, you wait for a bus and you wait ages and ages and ages, and then 3 will come along at once. And then that's the joke. And yeah, so that's me with like concerts. I'm going like two music events in two, what was it? It's kind of 3 weekends, because it was one weekend, the Friday, then last weekend where I didn't do anything, and now tomorrow. So yeah, it's just like, and now I won't do anything for the rest of the year. It's just, that's it, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I've out-concerted myself. Right, what have we got next? Let's do this one. No, change the symbol. And that is 581. 581. Where is it? There. First one in there. Doing greens. We must be in the tree again. Bottom of the tree. Oh, they all crunched together. Come on. Don't you hop on me. Don't you dare hop on me. Right, it's alright. It's behaving. Let's tick that off. I remember where I'm starting. Sorry if you can hear all the kids in the school. They're out on their lunch break. I'm never sure what the camera will pick up, but if you hear a scream, it's just them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kids being kids. We haven't had any ambulances or police go by yet. What is this madness? Usually as soon as I turn the camera on, they're like there's some sort of like warning system that goes up in their control room. It's just turned on the camera. But not today. Oh, I'll throw them all over the top. Don't do that. Oh, I found a rogue. Now, is that one I've dropped, or is that popped out from somewhere? I think that's one I've dropped. God knows what that is. I'm just gonna... I used to be so precious about drills. I am still quite precious about saving drills, but I'm much quicker. I'm much more sensible about it. I used to be quite pedantic. Shockingly. Like 3727, I'd drop them on the floor, and I, like, after the camera stops, 3727, I'd be like on my hands and knees. Just no, I've got to find that drill. It's like, no, I don't do that anymore. That was a little bit extreme. Tick this off. That goes in that gap there. What else have we got? Oop, no. One over here. going to be nice. I know that as I won't finish this on camera, I don't know if I'll get it finished before I edit, because these days I do try to edit quite quickly. So if you want to see it at the end, I'll try and remember to post an update of what this section looks like, and also of the whole canvas so you've got context on my Facebook page. So do be sure to, if you don't follow me on Facebook, then it's linked in the description. It's Pebbles Diamond Painting, at Pebbles Diamond Painting, and it's called, well, I think it's still called Pebbles Adult Colouring and Diamond Painting, because Facebook are rubbish at changing the name. I'll try again. Like, if you change something, then they lock you out for 3 months and say you can't change it again. So I'm just going to wait and see if whatever it got addled or unaddle, and I'll try changing the name again. I just want the diamond painting to be before it says, is that a hole in it? Before it's, diamond painting and adult colouring, not adult colouring and diamond painting, because diamond painting is my jam these days. But I do still colour. I actually finished a colouring book the other day, which is like, I've never done that before. It's not a fancy one. It's like a sort of silhouette one, so it is a bit of a like the pictures take maybe half an hour or an hour to do type thing, versus like massive works of art, which some of the other colouring books are very detailed. This is not detailed, but that doesn't change the fact that I've finished a book, and I'm proud of that. More to the point, I had a lot of fun doing that book, so which is why it's finished, because I was like, I'm enjoying this, I'm going to keep doing it. So I actually filmed that. I did a little flip through before I did this, because it only takes like 15 minutes to do a flip through of a little book. But that'll be over on my colouring channel. If you want a link to that, that's down in the description as well. If you do adult colouring, 3778, 3778. Just need one of these. It's a nice terracotta, like a pot. Oh, that's got a tab on it. Get rid of that. Here. Oops. No. Where'd you go? There. Oh, come back. Where was it? Here. I now got to find the place again. Yes. Tick. That was quick and cheerful. Right. What are we going to do now? I'm starting to reach that point, 3:27, where I'm like, what should I talk about now? It's like there hasn't even been any diamond painting drama. So I'm like, what can I gossip about? Oh, if there is drama, which there could have been, because I was busy the last couple of weeks. I haven't been on YouTube as much as I usually am, because I usually do YouTube when I'm diamond painting. And I only diamond paint when I'm in the mood, or when I'm not busy, obviously. So I've been a bit scarce the last couple of weeks. Maybe, unless it's happened on Facebook, then I've not been seeing anything going on. And yeah, it's just like, I don't even have any gossip to talk about, any drama. Just fill me in what I've missed. I'm kidding. Don't bring the drama. No, take that off. And also, we don't want the drama. I know it's natural to want to talk about it and have a good natter and speculate about drama, but it's not very healthy. Go on, get out. It's never good, especially if it's involving like a diamond painting company. We should never want, even the ones like, I'm not a fan of every diamond painting company. There's a couple out there that are not high up on my list. 3860, but I still don't, as long as they're not 3860, as long as they're not stealing people's money or anything. 3860, in which case I will give you the stink eye and will not not be happy. Even if it's not my money, it's just like, that's just very poor. But as long as, you know, if there's companies out there you don't like, we don't have to all like the same thing, do we? And there are some companies that have their fans, and there are some companies that people have their detractors, and some of it's justified and sometimes it's not. It's just because it's just personal preference and people get a bit carried away. But you should never wish for something you don't like just to go away, to fail, to try and drag someone down. We should be supporting each other, not trying to pull people down. So yes, I'm very glad there is no drama for me to get my teeth stuck into, because drama is usually bad. Let this go in here. This is nice. It's like cocoa. I like cocoa. I like cocoa when it's cold in winter. And trouble is, if I'm out and I want cocoa, they always ask if you want whipped cream, and I do not have the willpower to say no. Just say whipped cream, and I'm like, oh, yes. Now I'll have to do some more steps on my challenge, my walking challenge, just because I had whipped cream. It's like 20 billion calories. It's just like, yeah, I better do some walking. But I have zero willpower. Like, I'm all right if it's there, and like I don't have to ask for it, then I can not ask for it. But if someone offers it, I find it very hard to say no. I think that's just my good manners. I don't want to, you know, if somebody asks for something, 3793, then I just want to make that other person happy and say yes. That's my excuse. Stick it to it. One little grey blue there. Take that off. Okay. I don't even know why I was... Oh, because the colours drill. I'm like, why am I talking about cocoa? Now what am I talking about? That has just got 3752. 3752. It's hard to see sometimes because I have the camera right here, which is why sometimes you can hear me like... because I am like eating the phone. And also sometimes I forget to breathe. I do all the talking. It's just like, take a breath. Take a breath before you've run out of oxygen. And then maybe you wouldn't get out of breath just talking. Babbling more like. Right, 372. Let's go. What are we looking for now? Let's do... What should we do? This one. That's not many of them. Oh no, there was quite a few of them. Let's do that one. 3835. 3835. 3835. Here. Do you know what? I cannot believe it is April next week though. It's just like, where's the year going? I was already saying that February had whizzed by. But February makes sense because February's a short month. So why is it like March? Like it feels like March was 5 minutes, you know, but it was only 1st of March 5 minutes ago. Oh, it'll be my birthday soon. My birthday is like early May. I'm just like, my other half was saying, did you want to go away for like, you know, have a little weekend treat? And he's been saying that since like the beginning of the year, and I'm like, oh yeah, could do, maybe. And but it felt like such a long way away that I didn't bother looking into it, and now suddenly I'm like, hang on, it's like a month away and I've not even thought about it. It's like, if I want to do something, I better, you know, get my backside organised and look into, because, you know, didn't know where to go. It was just like, shall we do something? No idea what or where. Get it booked up. Doesn't help that it's a bank holiday in the UK. It's quite handy. Like most years, I do get my birthday usually lands on the bank holiday week, the first bank holiday weekend of May. So this like quite often, like the other half is home and under my feet. But it you know, does mean we get to spend my birthday together without having to take a day off work, sort of thing. So it is nice, but what it means is like you can't afford to just go, oh, next week shall we do something, and then you book it up, because there's nothing there anywhere good. It will be booked up, because it's the only saving grace is it's not school holidays. If it's school holidays, it's even worse. Books up, that is probably already booked up now. But that's fine. I'm not going then. I'm going on the first one. Right, what have we got now? Let's do, what's this symbol? I've only got 3 of those. 612. But yeah, it's another thing I should mention. Oh, actually, I don't know why I should mention. I will mention, because it's already happened, because I know I'm not going to get this up for the weekend. The fact that I'm out on Saturday, all day Saturday, means I definitely will not be editing this on Saturday, and it happens on Sunday, so the clock's changing in the States on Sunday, so we'll all be back to the same sort of 5-hour time difference in the UK for Eastern. Oh look, I put it away and there's still 2 up there. So at the moment it's only 4 hours time difference, and it's very confusing because I do have to speak to people, you know, for work in the States, and like it just throws off all my routine, like having to, like, the States waking up like an hour earlier than what I'm used to. I'm like, oh, pay attention to the time. But it's also Mother's Day in the UK. Talking that there's another thing that we do different at different times. But because I know in the States Mother's Day is 3747. 3747 is in May, but no, in the UK ours is Sunday. So for all you British mothers, happy Mother's Day. Though I know it's not always an easy time for everybody. Mother's Day can, you know, also be a painful time. So my thoughts go to you if it's a difficult time. It's a bit like Christmas, isn't it? When sometimes you really miss. It's just one of those occasions that everybody's having a good time around you. 3689, 3689, and it's not always the case. 3689, but so everybody's having such a good time they don't notice that, you know, the person in the corner isn't enjoying themselves for one reason or another. Life is complicated sometimes, isn't it? So complicated. Right, it's a nice pink, a nice baby pink. I like that colour. It's going to be good. Well, it's going to be good seeing this wing to come together. 1, 2, 3. Get in there. Take those off. One there. I still haven't got the drills for my pink and black canvas. I mentioned this in the kitting up video I did the other day. It was like, well, I did that on Monday and today's Friday, so they've had a whole extra week. Like, I expected them already, and so it's like the fact it's not coming another week, it's just like this is a week overdue sort of thing. I assume they're coming from China. I don't know. I'll have to chase it up soon. Trouble is, I don't really want them. 209, because I've already started putting in my do you know what, have I got something? No, 208 and 210 I've got ABs for. 209 I have not. Yeah, so I've already started putting in my own drills, black drills, 310. So this is for my pink and black canvas, where the drills were like, yeah, they was bad. They was, I've literally never had drills that bad ever, not even remotely closely that bad. Like every drill virtually, there was more trash than decent drills, and the decent drills even then were a little bit iffy. They was in that category of like, okay, we'll make this one work. And and then they smelt of paraffin. So like obviously something had gone on. Honestly, it felt like they'd gone through quality control, and I'd got the the ones they'd rejected instead of the ones that should have gone through. It was that bad. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. But I was saying the other day, it's just like it's really kind of sucked some of the fun out of that canvas. 932. 932. Where are you? So I made the decision in that chat that I was actually gonna put that canvas away. Just give it a break. It's just like it's not gone far. It's not been proper put away to sleep, because I did do what I said. Because I made the decision on the fly in the chat, and I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just gonna. It's not worth it. I'm gonna put it away, and we'll just give it a little break. And so it is still close to hand, but it's all wrapped up and in the cupboard, and just like not giving me the stink eye for not working on it, because it felt bad, and I feel better for that. So now I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna look forward to 3772. 3772. It's nice to be, thinking about doing diamond painting again and not feel like it's just like it's always got to be that picture, because I've not done any of that picture, so I've fallen behind on that picture. Do you know what I mean? It was like a guilt trip. So I'm like, yay. I'm looking forward to doing my purple showers one. I looked it up. I was like, what? When is April 1st? I think it's Tuesday, isn't it? So I've just got to get past the weekend. So I think on the weekend I'll finish off this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll finish off these ones, this section, on Sunday. And then if I've got time left over, I can do one of my other paintings. And then on Tuesday, I get to start purple showers. I'm going to start that straight away on the Tuesday. Big momentous moment. And then if I do some and then I'll get in a funny mood about it, then it doesn't matter. I've done, because you like at the end of the event you post your picture of your progress, and if I do some early, because you know what I get like, I get in my moods with events. 318. If I do some early, then at least I know if I need to, if I get a bit sulky about it, then at least I know I've done something. But it's a pretty picture. I'm looking forward to it. And a simpler picture. I'm not really much of a fan of colour blocking, but I think there's enough there to make it go quick, but not too much that it's going to make me... I think it's going to be more like it was for when I did the Robin. There was a lot of colour blocky-ish, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't so bad that I got bored with it. I do get bored with colour blocking quite quickly, but it's only got 32 colours, so from that sense it's going to be quick, because the more colours there are, the more colour switchings there is, and that slows you down. So yeah, last year that's when I did my fox, and he had 89 colours. It was lovely. I did get a bit bogged down with him, but once he was done, it was beautiful. I still need to get that framed. Stop throwing drills all over the table again. What is wrong with you? I know what's wrong with me. The pot's so full. I don't know if you can see it. I can't even tip it up, because if I did, everything would fall out. Because I've overfilled it. Right. What shall we do? I'm going to do that one. 3608. 3608. There we go. Another pink. It's going to be good. Once I get back to starting on this, like working on this again in earnest, hopefully, as long as I don't flake out over the summer, because that is obviously the weak point in the plan. So I do tend to stop diamond painting in the summer. I was trying to think why. I like, part of it is because it's summer and restless, and then I think it occurred to me that part of it, I think, is just simply down to, like, I get a bit sweaty-handed, to put a 2 point on it, like, because you're holding the tweezers and stuff, and like, or a pen if you're doing a round painting or whatever, and I just get clammy hands, and I think that just makes it just less pleasant. I don't know if that's part of it. I have to get some, I have to put my, perhaps I should try putting my diamond, no, that would probably break. I was going to say I could put like my pen in the freezer, but that might actually break it because it's resin and it gets really cold. I could try put it in the fridge though. And then I've got a nice cool diamond painting pen to hold on to for 10 minutes until it gets too hot. I do have my air conditioning unit. I should use that more. Here. Yes, here. And then I wouldn't get hot in the first place. Trouble is, energy prices so expensive. Like, you know, I run a little air conditioning unit. It's the same as having the heating on all day. And I'm like, oh. I would love to be rich enough to not have to think about that. But I do have to think about. Though, to be fair, a lot of it is down to, like, if I have to spend that much on flipping air conditioner, I could buy a diamond painting for that. For that extra money that was paid on the bill. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll suffer the sweating and I'll get a diamond painting. I've been very good not buying. Well, I say this like it's a hardship. I in general, I do have quite good willpower with, like, it's very rare that a painting will become available. I'll see a painting and I'm like, I've got to have that. I've got to have that in my stash. Is that wonky? I can't tell. Doesn't seem to sit right. I don't know. Oh look, and I picked it up, and I don't know where I picked it up from. That was not smart. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Let's turn it round, see if it looks any different from there. Because that one's doing the same. I think it's just, right, leave it alone. I'm just touching for the sake of it. Right, is this one? It is this one, so that goes in there. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, my willpower. I am pretty good. I still look and see what releases are coming out for, you know, various diamond painting companies, and I'm kind of fine. I'm all right. It's rare that you know, that I think if I don't have this, I will be annoyed and I have to buy it from D-Stash. That said, I have bought one painting which was from a D-Stash. I swear I saw a drill fly somewhere. Did it fly up into the pot? Well, whatever. It's gone now. It'll turn up if it went. And yeah, so because there was this painting. It was from Diamond Art Club, and it was a long time painting. It'd been there all the time. That's the trouble. I was off my guard. 647, and it'd been in and out of my basket a few times. In and out of my basket a few times, and then there was always something that was like, do you know what, I should get this one because it might sell out, or I should get this one, and it'd been in the basket and it'd been out of the basket, and like I say, it was an old painting, and then at Christmas, the Christmas sale, I think it was, I was like, right, now's it's time to shine, because there isn't anything that I wanted apart from my Elsa picture. I'll get it. And we'll just get it finally, because I really wanted it. And that was when it had been archived, and I was like, no, it had been there like a week or two before, and like I hadn't bought it, and then when I did, it had gone. I was like, oh, son of a biscuit. Really? Now you chose that literally like then. So anyway, so I was like, well, I'd never seen it come up in the de-stash group before, but it was available. So like, I don't know. I was just like, oh, I don't know. We'll see. Because like, you know, a painting doesn't have, we have a UK de-stash group for DAC. And, you know, there's plenty of paintings that come up there that are not out of stock, or they might be out of stock, but they're not archived, or, you know, it's just people in the UK have bought it and they've decided to de-stash. And people buy from there because, you know, it's easier to buy one painting than it is to have to buy two, sort of thing, sometimes to justify the free shipping. But I'd never seen it. I did a search on it to make sure, and it was like, it's never come up. I was like, oh, do you know what? That might be the sign. And then, like, 2 weeks ago, I think it was now. It popped up like somebody was just having a big clear out because they I can't remember if they wasn't diamond painting or they needed money, so it was quite a big clear out. And in amongst all the ones that everybody was just like, yeah, I need this, in amongst was that little diamond, you know, low-key diamond painting, 169. It was called Purity by Enamorte, and it's just like a girl. So I don't do many people ones. Well, I keep saying that, but apparently I keep buying them now. But I didn't think I did many people ones. But she's a people one, and but she's in a big pink dress. It's a very pretty painting. But I wouldn't call it like, you know, it's never been a sort of, clearly a sort of cult status. Now that is wrong. What have I done? I think that is actually meant to be there. Okay, apparently I can't count. Phew. I don't mind making mistakes as long as it's just the one. But yeah, she's a lovely painting, but she's not like, you know, like one of the cult status ones. So, and she was cheap because it was like she was doing a mass clear out. I think I actually got it, at worst, I got it from the same price as I would have done if I'd have had to buy two paintings, and, you know, you get the 50% off type thing. But yeah, so it worked out well. I got it at cost. And I didn't, as it's an older painting, I didn't even have to beat myself up about the fact that there's no treasure card, because there was no treasure card to be pilfered. Pilfered, that's a good word. 779. Not a word I use a lot. It's just slang for stealing. Not that if you have a painting and you take the treasure card out and de-stash it, I'm not saying you're stealing, but you know what I mean. But it's quite a British word, I think. And talking of weird words, I was out yesterday, and I was just walking through the park, and there was two people talking in front of me, and she was like, "Oh, well, you nincompoop," and I'm like, "What? Pardon me?" She called him a nincompoop. Right, now, this is a really, really, really old-fashioned word for like being silly, basically. Don't be a nincompoop. Don't be silly. Don't be dippy. Don't be silly. Don't be, you know, nincompoop. Don't be a nincompoop. But it's just so old-fashioned. You know, like sometimes, right, 3864. 3864. It was one of those occasions where I heard the word and I was like, what? Oh, we got some ABs. And it was one of those moments where you didn't know you'd forgotten a word existed until you've heard someone say it again. And I was just like, I just honestly, it was a word I've not heard for a million years. That has got a tab on it. And it was just funny. I was like, nincompoop. I mean, it's a good word. I need to start getting nincompoop into my vocabulary. Like I like saying discombobulated. It's just a syllable thing. It rolls off the tongue, and it sounds good. Nincompoop. There you go. Make it your mission. Just feel free to put nincompoop in the comments if you can spell it. And do you know what? I don't even know if I know how to spell nincompoop. I mean, obviously I can spell the poop. Ninken. Oh. Words are funny, aren't they? Slang words especially. Although that doesn't feel particularly slang. It just feels like a really old-fashioned word. Oh well. Nincompoop. It's funny language. Right, I'm just going all in with these ABs. They're going kind of in a line, so I'm assuming it's like along his wing, like the edge of his wing. So let's just go for it. I'm all for a bit of symmetry. 2 more here. 1, 2. Yeah, no, I'm going to do a lot. It's not like it's a huge amount. It's still a scattering. If it was a solid block of them, then I might feel different. But I think I like the idea of it being scattered in here. So 1 there, and 1 there. Do we have it? And we've got some down here. Do I want to do them ones as well? Where is it? Here. Yeah, I am. Never let it be said I don't know how to live life on the edge. That crunched. But I think it was just the foil bit that did a little crunch, not the drill. I don't think it's got a tab. We'll do that. And we'll do that. Okay. We've got some ABs in. Yay! Because it goes well, because we've got the scattering up here of ABs. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Looking through the viewfinder, everything looks sparkly, especially if the sun is about to come out. Well, the sun is coming out. So, oh wow, I've been going for ages. Look, I've dropped that. At least I know that's an AB. Right, let's do one more colour, and then I'm going to stop, because I can't believe I've been wibbling for so long. Sometimes you just get in the zone, don't you? It's like, no, I'm not going to do one colour because this only needs 1 drill. That feels like a cop-out. 917. 917. So we'll do... Do you know what? I swear I just put that away. I swear I just put that away. Right, 917. This just needs 1, so I'm going to put that in. Nice sort of fuchsia pink. Hint of what lies ahead. It is quite exciting that I'm starting to reach. Where am I up here? Starting to reach that stage where things are going to start coming into the picture, as opposed to just that big giant tree. It was the big giant tree and all the blue sky. And I love my tree. The tree has come out really well. I love the texture of it, but it's still just a tree. And you know. It's going to be nice to actually get onto the dragons. 842. Right, so there's quite a few of these needed. Who stole 842? So we're just gonna go and whiz through. So far I've done 350 drills. So this is all bonus. Now don't mess this up. Don't mess this up at the last, because I know what I'm like. I get so excited. Get too excited. 1, 2. That is no, that is right. 1, 2, 3. I got confused because on my screen I can see this line and there's another one there, and it just threw me. I'm like, no, don't do it wrong. 4. Let's tick these off as I go. And then we want, so this steps down the side here. Do you know what? I pulled out all those pinks and lilac ABs and I didn't get to use one. That's all right. I'm sure they're in my future somewhere. 2, 3, 4. Do this one as well. And then we've got some down here. Where is this? So that's that drill. So that's do that. Do that. Hopefully I've mostly been in screen the whole video. Do you know what? Sometimes I you know what I was saying, I was in the zone. Usually I try to look at the viewfinder, which is another reason why I have it right here. 1, so I don't stick my head in the screen, and 2, so I can like see what I'm doing. But I've been on I've been on a chat today. Those 3, take those off. Right. 1, 3 here. Oops. I thought we might have a tab on it, but it does not. 3 there. Those 3. Oh, that is not right. I hate when I find a mistake. There's supposed to be a drill there. Don't let me forget. I'm going to come back for that after I've done this, because I've nearly done this one. Even though I said I was on the last colour, and this is already the second colour I've done 3, but we're going to fix that mistake, because it's easier to fix them when I see them than to leave them later and then forget about it. So 1 there, and we've got 3 more here. 1, 2, get in, and 3. Tick those off. Okay, then let's fix this one I've missed. Whoops. Oh, they all flew out. Get in. Oh, 842. There's another one. And we're going to fix this one, which was 3689. 3689. 3689. It's a pink. Just need one. The reason God, it's always the way. Why does this happen to me? I fish one out, and it's always the one I fish out as tabs. This is why I always half the time just pour some out. It's just easier. Right, that's not got tabs. When we're going to put this in, where did I say it was going to go? There. Yes, that's what we want. All right. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. That was from last session. Right. Nothing to tick off because that was already, I thought I'd already done it. Put this away. Right, that's it. That's it. I'm done. I have done 377 drills, so nearly halfway, and a lot of the ones left now are like kind of colour blocky because these are all the confetti ones. So hopefully on Sunday I'll get that done in like probably half an hour, 45 minutes. Hopefully, we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a thumbs up on the way out. Don't forget the little emoji from Vroom. You'll know. If you skip to the end just to find out what to put in the comments, you'll have to figure it out. Vroom Vroom. If you was here though, you know. If you know, you know. Bye for now. Bye.